Your backyard should be an oasis, not a challenge. And Steel has the tools to make it happen. From mowers and blowers to trimmers and more, the AK Homeowner series of battery tools starting at $199.99 has what you need to tackle a range of projects with the performance of battery power. Made by Steel. Real Steel. Find yours at steeldealers.com. All prices NES SRP. Includes battery and charger.
Streaming only on Peacock.
John Wayne Gacy killed 32.
Straight from the killer's mouth.
They want you to believe that I alone committed these murders.
The new gripping 6-part documentary series, John Wayne Gacy, Devil in Disguise. All episodes streaming now, only on Peacock.
Welcome to News Burp, the show that trawls the internet for news and burps its essence in your general direction. This sexy fucker is Matt, and that sexy fucker is Adam.
Hello.
And this is episode number 251.
Look at us there, huh?
Did you know?
Yes, I did.
76% of podcasts don't make it to episode 251.
76? That's a lot.
That's a number just made up. Sounds believable though, doesn't it?
I wonder the people who listen to us, because sometimes we're gonna give good advice to people, and they're gonna go, "Oh, Matt said it. I don't believe it." No, people, you have to do this. Or we're all of a sudden gonna hear a meteor is gonna hit us. Like, man, those lads on Newsweb, they are just so cray. It's like, lads, build your shelter. I'm not building a shelter because you said you pair of buffoons. It's like, whatever.
In fairness, if you're coming to us for your actual news, you're listening on a device. You have to be listening on a device that literally is seconds and a couple of finger swipes away from any amount of internet information. All the information in the world is there at your fingertips, and you're coming to us for your news. That's on you. And really, we can't accept responsibility for that.
My news is always like a couple of days behind because I do my research on a Saturday. So and I see all this cool stuff on Lad Bible on Monday morning and Sunday. I'm like, oh man, that'd be cool.
Yeah. No, I do my research moments before we come on air. Shocker. I know. But anyway, I have stories this week about AI has come up with some new chat-up lines. Apparently, you can have an emotional support snake, and NASA has detected gas coming from Uranus.
Man, that is classic. It's all in the headline. I have a concert has been held in Barcelona with 5,000 people, and a woman has started growing a beard.
Well, we'll get to that in a minute. But what did you do last week? Did you do anything exciting last week?
Last week. Oh God, I really want to say yes, but
yeah,
I think it's a big no.
No.
What did you do?
I had a bittersweet week, Adam.
A bittersweet week?
Yeah. I got a job.
Nice.
And then that same day I lost that job.
Well, okay, what was the job? Let's find out what the bittersweet moment is.
Cargo ship captain.
Fucking shut it, girl. I was on a boat. I don't know if you heard of it. It's called the Ever Given, and someone said, "Look at that bird," and I said, "Looking." Yeah. I turned to look at it.
Yeah.
Turns out just seagull.
See, the problem was right that I was on this cargo ship.
Yeah.
Right. And then we got taken over by pirates who told me that he was the captain now. Right. So I was dealing with that whole situation first. Right.
God, did you not tell me you're the captain?
That's how we missed a turn, because then we didn't get into the Suez shipyard. We ended up in the Suez Canal, and I was like, lads, the canal's not big enough for this boat. And
well,
they were like,
I think
no,
it is. You just can't you can't do donuts in it.
Well, see, what happened was that the pirates were coming into the canal, and they were like, this is where we don't need to be. So they were trying to swing it out, and they clipped the curb a little bit.
You're like, I don't have to turn a circle for this.
No, I really didn't, because there's no... Look, I'm not a full-time captain anymore, as we know. Right?
Yeah, I can guess that. It's funny how you became a captain like that morning, got that gig, and fucked it up that soon.
All I'll say is I've made it a lot harder for people to become captains from now on.
I can imagine. It's like, can you just drive in a straight line? Yes, you're in. Captain McGurk there. Fucking hell.
I mean, those words together on its own should ring fear to people. Captain McGurk. Huh? This is your like... captain speaking. It's me.
In fairness, Captain McGurk sounds like a captain who's like who's like born from mermaids. But until you like see who it is, I'm Captain McGurk. Of course you're Captain. But they see you and you go, hello, I'm Captain McGurk. You're like, oh no.
Yeah, it's just like my great grandfather, Captain of the Titanic. Really, I mean, I shouldn't have gone into the same business. It's
the warning signs are there.
I mean, really were. Anyway, look, it's fine. They untwisted the boat, so world trade can start again.
Yeah.
But they still owe me holiday pay. Don't know if I'm going to get there or not.
I won't hold your breath there, son.
No.
I heard there was a lot of sex toys on board.
Yeah, look, I mean, they were already there when I got there.
I'm saying it was
specifically
cargo.
Cargo. Okay, yeah, cargo.
Sex toys on board. They're not mine. No, I don't know yours. They're on cargo. Oh yeah, that's not mine.
It's not mine.
I wasn't using it when I was driving. I'm not saying that. You shut your mouth.
Anyway, I'm going to. I'm back in the job hunt anyway. If anybody has any work going anywhere, I was thinking of being a crime scene analyst.
Yeah.
Yeah, just analysing crime scenes. It's basically being nosy and going in and going, ooh, look at that. Yeah, look at that.
Ugh. What happened to him? He got shot in the head. Oh, God.
Ugh. Cover it up.
Oh, God.
Forensic anthropologist.
What's that then?
I don't know. As soon as I figure that out, I'm going to work as one.
I don't think it exists. I think you're looking at the first one, my friend.
Just like a baker.
Jesus Christ. Forensic anthropologist to just bake buns, fairy cakes.
I make a mean scone. But
Well,
then again, I also do a mean analysis of a crime scene. It's hard to put the two in the same category.
It's an interesting, plot for a TV show. A baker who solves crimes.
Yeah, it's kind of like Steven Seagal, only not as cool.
It really isn't.
No. Yeah. Anyway, should we do a show?
Okie dokes. Here we go.
Is it gonna work?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here we go. News.
That's it. That's all we need.
Yes.
Well done. I'm proud of you that you figured it out.
Yeah.
I'm super proud of you.
Thanks, man.
Now, so you've been married for a few years now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
You didn't have to use any weird chat-up lines to get Tina hooked, did you?
I said she came to one of my dance classes once, and I went over to get a drink of water, and she was just sitting at the stage. I went, "Oh, I can see down your top."
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was very direct.
Nice. Can't believe that worked.
Neither can I. I think I was really testing the waters there.
I think you must have woken up that day and were like, "Fuck it, whatever happens today."
I really did get to an age where it was kind of like I'm tired of kind of going, "Hey, cutie, I'll be good to you." It's like, "Hey, I have a massive erection and it's pointed in your direction." I also rap.
You do also rap. I've got your LP.
Yeah. Vanilla Ice ain't got shit on me, dog.
Nope. It's like Disney themed, isn't it? It's called Tiggers Be Tiggin'.
You knows it. No shizzle
Anyway, the
on
reason I
this
asked is,
gizzle.
I don't think I've ever used a chat line. I don't think I've ever had the confidence to use a chat line. I mean, I've told girls I can see down their tops before, but it's never resulted in, marriage.
Yeah, oh, you're saying it wrong. I tell you, a friend of mine used to bring used to bring Jaffa cakes to the club.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he would go around and go, Jaffa cake? And of course, girls in the club think it's laced with drugs, so they're going, no.
Spiked Jaffa cake, amazing.
And, like, I knew it. I'd go, you doing your Jaffa cake? And he'd go, yeah, got Jaffa cakes. I'm like, fantastic. That's my food on the way home, because no one would take any. And I'd get to munch Jaffa cakes in the taxi on the way home.
Was this guy... Okay, I say this, I asked this question knowing that the answer is in the question. But was he creepy before he tried to hand out Jaffa cakes? And was this Jaffa cakes coming from a creepy person?
No, that was his kind of icebreaker. You go, hello, Jaffa cake?
That's like Rain Man coming up and going, do you take any prescription medication? It's the exact same vibe.
Well, look, just
like start off with a packet of polo fruits instead. Hey, want a polo fruit? Or hey, want some chewing gum? That's less creepy than. Do you want Jaffa cake?
I think his logic was everyone loves Jaffa cakes, and I was like, yeah, but people don't know where they're coming from, because if you open them, because obviously he'd open them, so it's like it's an offer, it's quick. Want Jaffa cake? And no, or I think some people kind of went, yeah, I'll take Jaffa cake.
But you see, it's okay. Here's the thing, at Christmas time when someone in the office or someone work brings in the tin of sweets,
yes,
Roses at Quality Street, one of them, and you open up, everyone dives their hand in.
Yes.
They've all got a favourite one. It's like, oh, look, somebody brought sweeties. Right?
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, I used to bring in on a Sunday to work, I used to bring in donuts, a box of donuts.
Nice.
Whoever worked on Sunday, I felt deserved a treat for bringing donuts and go, here, have a donut. And everyone would eat the donuts. However, if I was at a dance class or something and some dude just walked up and opened a packet of Jaffa cakes and said, Jaffa cake, I'd say, no, you fucking weirdo. Go away.
This is
bring in a box of sweets. And they have also there's got to be some stuff that's individually wrapped, like the sweets in tins. Because otherwise you're just digging into a packet of biscuits with a stranger. It's like Alan Partridge turning up to the doorstep and your man Michael offering him a cup of beans with his sausages and a spoon. It's just as weird as that.
And this is you do this in the Palace off Camden Street in Dublin, which is it's a big club, and first of all, this is genius. This is genius. I am so going home alone tonight.
Yeah.
And you go around and go, any takers? A few people took them, and any no, nothing. But I loved his tenacity. It was great.
I don't know. It reminds me of that weird kid in school whose lunch would be a packet of biscuits. There's always one of those guys in the class.
It's his lunch, his small lunch and his big lunch was just the whole packet. It's like, eat 4 now and then 12 for big lunch.
Oh, God. Anyway, the reason I ask is that AI, that old sausage, artificial intelligence,
yes,
has come up with some chat-up lines which it reckons are guaranteed to work on anybody regardless of their target gender.
Okay.
So, the kind of
you were the man/woman of my dreams.
Well, here we go. Right, so let's see. Because the phrase are kind of dotted around this article, so I'm trying to find them as we go. Okay, here we go. There was a prompt. To coincide with the paperback release of her seminal work on the subject of AI, You Look Like a Thing and I Love You, this author thought she'd test out how much more advanced AI has come in this vital area of interpersonal relations. She gave this prompt to 4 different language program variants. These are top pickup lines of 2021. Here we go. Right? So, here's one.
Right.
You have a lovely face. Can I put it on an air freshener? I want to keep your smell close to me always.
Bit creepy.
Yeah.
I think when you start going, I want to put your face somewhere and your smell, I think people instantly start thinking of Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, I want to hang you from the mirror in my car. And always make sure I can smell you.
You know Pinecone Fresh? Yeah, I want you to be one of those. Sorry?
Yeah.
I want to smell you in my car. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the boot. What? Oh, what? Yeah, that's not a good one.
No. Next one is, I have exactly 4 stickers. I need you to be the 5th. That's it. That's.
I don't get it.
Look, it's AI. Maybe stickers are important to AI. You know, maybe they're like robot tattoos.
And what's the other 4? What?
There's no context. I mean, in fairness, there's as much context there is in this as there is some guy offering you a Jaffa cake.
Yeah.
Want to see my stickers? No, I don't want a Jaffa cake either. Okay, next is, hey, my name is John Smith. Will you sit on my bread box while I cook, or is there some kind of speed limit on that thing?
Hang on, that's Brick Tamlin from Anchorman. That's like 4 different chat up lines, just all like amalgamated into one.
See, what I'm guessing is that this is like when they try to get AI to write Shakespeare, so they upload every single word Shakespeare's ever written into, a program and go, right, computer, write us a Shakespeare, and it comes back with gibberish.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Fucking hell.
But this one here is obviously the AI is picking up on all the COVID stuff. We've been in lockdown for a year now, on and off.
Yeah.
And the whole dating thing has changed, so chat up lines have to change as well.
Yeah.
So this is one small, but I love you. I love you. I love you to the confines of death and disease. The legions of earth rejoice. Woe be to the world. Now you tell me, you say that when you offer a Jaffa cake and tell me knickers don't drop.
I think that's what people shout out, like when they're on top of a bell tower with a rifle.
That's exactly right. But it got me thinking, because the whole dating thing has changed with COVID. People can't go on dates, or people, you end up going on dates to each other's houses.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, you're actually living part time with somebody.
Yeah.
That's just, but like, and the whole date, you can't go outside on dates. So now your date becomes, what movie are you going to watch tonight on Netflix?
Yeah.
But the whole thing is just changed. Not for the worse or better. It's just changed. But then I thought, chat up lines, and again, I have never used a chat up lines. I don't know if any of these would work, but I'm just guessing. So I'll come up with some chat up lines of my own. If anyone's out there dating in COVID times and in lockdown, I mean, it might be a bit late. People are coming out of lockdown in a lot of countries, but hey, I've just got some here anyway.
Go for it.
Okay. So, hey, want to come back to my place? You can watch Married at First Sight, and I get a blowjob at the end of it. It's a win-win for everybody.
Married at First Sight, that's your go-to, is it?
I don't know where I got the inspiration from. It just,
And surely, it's funny. The alarm bells is actually Married at First Sight. if that's your chat-up line to someone that you don't like, a complete stranger, is like, "Do you watch Married at First Sight? Why do you think we could be married at first sight? I don't know, but I'm going to blowjob at the end of it. From who? Yeah. You stupid bitch.
Well,
where are you going?
No, look, that's the ad-libbed version of it. Okay. Next is, hey, are you a munchie box? Because I could see myself destroying you on Friday and then regretting it on Saturday.
Alright, so you look for short term, is that right?
I'm just putting it out there. Anyone can use these. I haven't trademarked them or anything.
A munchie box. Wow.
You know what a munchie box is?
No.
It's like a spice box from the Chinese, like a spicy box, but some people call them munchie boxes.
Right. Well, I'm sure all the ladies of the world there would just love to be compared to 2:00 in the morning.
Look,
food.
I was going to go for something along the lines of, are you a munchie box? Because I can see myself with greasy fingers after you or something.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm trying to keep it classy.
Well, you're a classy guy, obviously.
I know.
The fact that you can edit yourself like that.
Self-editing. It's my most used tactic. And next, keeping up with modern times, because sometimes I feel old, like I'm not, you know, up with what young people are doing these days.
Yeah.
You know, so I've tried to. Anyway, here we go. Here, connect to my phone's hotspot and WhatsApp your mother to tell her that your daddy issues have got you laid again.
That's...
You know, I think it has everything. It's got references to technology,
yes,
modern communication methods,
yeah,
and also pop psychology. You know,
yeah, just like opening cans of worms all over the place.
Everywhere.
Just trying to like press as many buttons as you can.
Yeah, I think it's just an updated version of here's 20p, go ring your man, tell you fold. You know, it's like, hey, I know you don't have 20p because they don't exist anymore. Even if you did, there'd be no payphone to put them into. You might not have data on your phone, so connect to mine, and then WhatsApp. Yeah, trendy. Yeah. Your ma, who you're probably living with because you know nobody can afford a house anymore, and tell her to leave the door on the latch. Or we're coming home to.
You're going back to her and the ma.
Again, I don't know. I'm just surmising that this is what people do.
Lovely. I can imagine going to her place, but you end up with the ma. Going, you know what? You're a bit of a skank, but your ma's a classy lady. I like the cut of her jib.
I like the cut of her jib. We're like, hey, I've seen this is how a lot of movies start on my websites. You wanna see if we can, you know.
See if we're all going to enjoy this. I think we are.
Which one of you wants to get stuck in the washing machine? Huh?
Hey, man, I have a go, and we'll just see what happens.
There's my chat line, so feel free to use them. Anyone that's out there.
People writing them down. Oh, second again? Yeah, class.
Yeah.
Let us know how you get on. Let us know if they work.
Let us know if they work. Yeah, I'd be intrigued to know. I'd be intrigued to find out if they didn't.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. Next. So this guy was pulled over for a DUI, driving under the influence.
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on, fucking subscribe there everywhere. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so he's pulled over.
Yeah.
And in Florida, I didn't want to keep this for Florida Man, which is in our Patreon section.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/newsbro. But it just kind of popped up. So, pulled over, and the policeman discovers a python in the car. A big, slithery snake.
Fuck.
And he goes, hey, what's the story with the big snake? And your man goes, it's my emotional support python. Because, you know, emotional support animals is a thing, which probably should have been cut off at, like, dogs, maybe cats, right?
A bunny.
You can't have, like, or a bunny, or something fluffy, you would imagine so. But then, you know, was it like emotional support pythons?
Well, I mean, you can't deny it. I mean, if you say, no, it's not, no one is emotionally supported by a python, and that can squeeze you to death. Like, if it's hugging you, it's trying to eat you.
But then it could be argued that, you know, a dog could maul you to death.
This is it.
You know, I mean, emotional support, would that mean that you're getting emotional support from the animal, or you feel emotional support from the animal? So what I mean by that is, like, a dog is an emotive animal.
Yeah.
Right? I think dogs have emotions. Right?
Yeah.
So they can pick up on your emotions, I'm assuming. You know, I think a lot of dogs do, especially if they've been with the same owner for a long time. You can pick up on emotions. So that's emotional support. Or that snake doesn't give a fuck about who you are.
Well, then it's obviously the second option then. You feel supported just by having the snake there. It's the same with cats. Cats are, you know, they're not as affectionate as dogs. You know, they can snuggle up when they want to be scratched and cuddled and all. But so I'm guessing it's the support you feel from the animal.
Yeah, but I also think it's just a cop out. People go, well, you know, you can't, you know, say that that I don't get emotional support from this, so I'm just going to have this illegal animal in my car.
That's what I'm guessing that the actual truth is. But wasn't there someone who wanted to bring a peacock on a plane because it was her emotional support animal? I think we did it like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, or somebody else turned up on a flight with an armadillo. Like, you can't have that. It spreads rabies. No, it's my emotional support animal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, emotional support snake. No, Florida man, you can't have that one. You can't.
Oh hell.
Let's see. Although snakes might seem like an unlikely candidate, this is in Newsweek.com. For an emotional support animal, they are actually relatively common. According to the website emotionalsupportanimals.com, fuck's sake. There is a compelling case for why snakes might, surprisingly enough, be the perfect pet for this role. Snakes are relatively easy to care for and need to be fed infrequently. Those are traits for a lazy pet owner. Like me.
But I suppose that's the thing then. It's like that animal is not going to stress you out. You give it a mouse a day.
Yeah.
And, you know, you stroke because it enjoys like your body heat or whatever. You stroke it. It hardly moves. It just sits there and it's like, yeah, this is grand.
Yeah, but I mean, also, do you know what's less stressful than that? Is no pet.
Yeah.
Or, you know, pictures of a snake. You know, just look at a snake. Go to the zoo and visit the reptile house.
I don't think it's the same. I think that's why. I think that's why you have emotional. What do you call them?
Support animals.
Support animals. It's like you can get like up nice and close and personal. You can. They're tactile. You know.
I'm still not buying it. I mean, I know we should never, you know, diss whatever somebody else is into. But I'm calling shenanigans on this.
All right. I'm going to say that it probably does exist, that snakes can be emotional support animals, but that guy, I'm saying no.
Yeah.
I know that's unfair, but I'm saying no.
He's a drunk Floridian. That's the name, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. Well, that's what we call them. So
that's what I'm calling him now. Drunk Floridian. Yeah, not getting emotional support. If he is getting emotional support from that snake's a bad influence because he's driving under the influence.
But yeah.
You know. So boo to drunk snakes driving. Let's see.
Yeah.
Get that. Okay. Last story. It's about NASA discovers gas emanating from Uranus.
Classic NASA. Man.
Best headline ever. It's very simple. So there was Voyager 2 space probe that was launched in 1986.
Okay.
And it flew by Uranus. And the data it picked up, all the information it picked up, wasn't fully understood by NASA because they just didn't know what some of it was at the time.
Yeah.
But now they believe that things called plasmoids, yeah, those things,
yeah,
is what causes a planet to lose mass. Right?
Okay.
Now, it's like a giant magnetic bubble, right? And it like sucks the atmosphere from the planet and throws it into space. I don't know how they prove the existence of this, but I'm just going with it because I'm not a full-time NASA person, as we well know.
Well, I think calling yourself, just like giving yourself the title of full-time NASA person, I think that pretty much explains how you're not a full-time NASA person.
Hang on now for a second. If you worked for NASA, would you not be a NASA person?
Yeah, but...
Don't shut the fuck up then.
But
right,
you're putting the guy who sweeps the floor in NASA in the same bracket as the guy who works in the lab at NASA.
Yeah, but also, that's like Bill Burr has a bit of, thank you for your service. No, what did you do? I flipped pancakes in the submarine that didn't go anywhere. Well then, no, thank you for your service. It's like, you're just a NASA person. So if I worked for NASA...
You're just saying, I'm a NASA person. Oh, do you sweep the floor? Yes.
Yeah, it's it's just like when like you get talking to somebody at a party and they go, "Oh, what do you do?" They go, "Well, I was an extra in something," and they go, "Oh yeah," but before that, it's like, "Oh, I work in show business." No, you don't work in movies. You're an extra. Well, no, technically, yes, you're in show business, but also no. But you still, I'm a NASA person, not full time though. I'm not alluding to be a full time NASA person.
Oh yeah, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, these plasmoids, right? Apparently, it went through a plasmoid on its flyby of Uranus, but they didn't know what it was at the time, and now they're saying it's a plasmoid, which gives them a bigger understanding into planets and gas and how planets lose mass and all this kind of stuff. But I don't care about any of that. I just care about NASA discovers gas emanating from Uranus.
Class. And
That's all I need
Uranus
to know about
as a planet is losing mass.
All planets are losing mass.
Oh.
But because Uranus is primarily a gas planet, it's like ice and gas and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's losing its atmosphere more than we would lose our atmosphere.
Right. Jeez.
Yeah. Look, that's a direct quote from another NASA person that was speaking about it.
Yeah.
I don't know what he does. I think he wipes down the trays in the cafeteria. But he's heard things because he would hear things because other NASA people getting their lunches in the NASA canteen, subsidized by the way. He'd hear things, and then he'd listen to a podcast from about science, and then he'd give me like nuggets of information.
Well, he's a good friend to have.
He's not a friend. He's just a NASA person.
We really mix, but
yeah, I don't really like him. I don't like his opinions on Uranus, to be honest with you. They can be kind of controversial sometimes. I think he's just saying it for attention.
What a douche.
What a fucking dickbag. Right, your turn.
Okay. 5,000 people attend a concert with no social distancing in Barcelona after COVID tests. So this could be the future. So 5,000 people have attended... what?
I hope not.
5,000 people have attended a musical event in Barcelona that took place with no social distancing in place after they all passed same-day testing for COVID-19. The music enthusiasts packed out the floor of the Paulo Sant Jordi Arena to watch indie band Love of Lesbian play after everyone present had taken a COVID-19 antigen test earlier on the day of the gig. The performance took place and special permission from the Spanish health authorities as part of a pilot scheme to see whether the rapid testing system would stop outbreaks of the virus should concerts such as this be allowed to proceed. However, the crowd were asked to wear masks, proving that things were not totally as they would have been before the pandemic. At the start, the concert was delayed because of the health and safety protocols that had to be taken upon entrance to the venue, but that didn't stop everyone having a great time. Santa Bams, the lead singer of the band, shouted to the crowd, "Welcome to one of the most exciting concerts of our lives." After the show...
Yeah, that kind of rolls off the tongue, that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
As things to shout into a crowd go, that's one of the catchiest ones I've heard.
After the show, attendee Jose Payero told Sky News, "We were able to evade reality for a while. We were inside our small concert bubble, and we were even able to remember back in time when things like this were once normal. Things that nowadays aren't that normal, sadly." Another concert goer, 29-year-old Salvador, said, "It was spectacular. We felt safe at all times. We were in the front row, and it was something we'd missed a lot. We are very proud to have had the chance to take part in this. We hope it'll be the first of many." All attendees were tested at 3 sites. A few people had to, you get results on the phone saying you can proceed or not.
Mm-hmm.
But if you didn't get in, you got a full refund, which I thought was pretty cool.
Okay.
The experiment was partially funded by the EU's recovery fund and was devised in order to attempt to boost Spanish economy. Spain has lots of COVID numbers. The event has proven preliminarily, at least, that pre-concert screening and face masks prevented infections within the venue, despite no social distancing measures being in place. So I suppose the little test they ran kind of worked. That if you have a kind of an instant test, you still do your mask wearing and all that kind of stuff, it's possible to have a concert.
Yeah, I admire the initiative. You know, I'm kind of on the fence about this one because yes, things have to go back to normal, and there are precautions we're still going to have to take, and masks and social distance is going to be a part of our lives for many years to come. It just is.
Yeah.
But I do realise that steps have to be taken to test how far we can push it. I just think, you know, just being conservative a little bit about it.
Yeah. As you're allowed to do.
Maybe test it out at maybe 50 instead of jumping to 5,000.
I guess.
You know, like, do like a nice indoor intimate gig with 50 people, so they so you can, you know, I can say, well, if it works for 50 people indoors, it'll definitely work for 100 people outdoors.
Well, I'm guessing they went big to kind of speed up the testing. They they took the punt pretty much, and I'm sure they took the advice of medical advice because look, we're doing this 1 day COVID testing. People still have to wear masks. You still have to be careful. You can't like hop and jump around and start licking faces or whatever.
Yeah, but still, like, it's 5,000 people. So if one of the tests is inconclusive or false positive, then you've got one person in 5,000 people just coughing and screaming and shouting and hugging everybody inside that concert, you know, audience because, you know, they feel like they can, and then you've infected loads of people. I'm just erring on the side of caution.
I totally hear you.
Know.
Now they still have to wear masks, so it's not like kind of like, okay, go into the mosh pit. It's still kind of wear your mask at all times.
It's just, you know, I don't know. It just seems like, you know, there's like a big orgy planned, and everyone has their STD test, but there's still one fucking prick gonna walk in with a big swinging dripping tip on him, and just be like, "Hey, it's all right, isn't it?"
This is great.
Yeah, but like, you know, I mean, I know, you know, we can just, you know, wipe it.
Oh man, wipe it. Ooh.
Wipe that dripping tip.
I gotta move on.
All right. Okay. No, look, I like I've said, I know things have to move forward. All I'm against is behaviour that's going to cause us to go into further lockdowns.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because we're in the current lockdown we're in since Christmas Eve, and it's going into April now. I know people are bored that they want to get back out and they need to earn money and the business has to return to normal. I get all of that, but we had 4 weeks off before Christmas, and that's what's put us into what is basically going to be a 4.5 month lockdown. So why don't we just keep shit, you know? And I don't know what Spain's or Barcelona or what Barcelona's numbers are, but I think, you know, eliminate it as much as we can now, so that when we do come out of it, you know, it's not going to put us back into like a third wave. I think that's just where I'd be.
Yeah.
You know, test it on 50 people first, then take it to 100, then go 500. It just seems like, oh, let's get out to 5,000 fucking people. Yeah.
Well, maybe because they've had 3.2 million cases and 75,000 have died. Maybe they just went, you know what? Let's go all or nothing kind of thing.
All right. Well, look, you know, everyone has their own decisions to make about how they want to deal with it going forward.
Yeah, I think what would be interesting, like you say, is to call all these people back in like 2 weeks' time or like 3 weeks' time, and kind of going, "How are you feeling?" And I suppose if you even if you had like someone goes, "I have COVID," and like since the concert I've been in my house, it's like, well, that didn't fucking work, did it?
Yeah. All right. Okay. Fair enough. Yep.
Next. A woman who started growing beard age 15 is embracing life with facial hair.
Look, here's another little plug for our new podcast coming, Tickle Kink.
Yeah.
One thing I've learned while researching and doing it is that everybody's into everything. And what I mean by that is, I'm not into everything, and you're not into everything, and nobody's into everything. What I mean is, if you've got a thing, somebody out there is into it. So why not just fucking embrace it? I think I admire the courage, because I guarantee you, as much as people are going to be like, yeah, you go, girl, there's going to be somebody else calling her a freak, and I don't think that's cool. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's not something she can control. Now, I'm sure if she wanted to, I'm sure doctors could help her out with hormones and blah blah blah. But look, I think that's going to fuck you up.
I think so.
If you have the self-confidence and the self-awareness to go, you know what, fuck it, it's just who I am, I commend it. Also, there's loads of dudes out there who are going to want to do a lot of stuff to her.
So, have you seen The Great Showman? Yeah. Can I lick your beard? What?
Yeah.
Can you sing?
And
really
you know, I say dudes. There's going to be a lot of women are going to want to do stuff to her as well. But again, going back to the podcast, it's generally men that see that see a thing or a person or a place or a whatever and go, oh, I'll put my dick in that.
I think we talked about this before. I think women will always create, to like keep the phrase, create the hole, and men will always go, I can stick something in that.
Yeah. And instead of being like, I'll put my finger in there, it's always, I'll put my cock in there. Now I understand the 5,000 people, because they could have gone on with 50, but they went, no, I can put my dick in that, and they put their dick in it.
Oh, there you are, people.
See, I just, sometimes I make up things to help myself understand things.
Yeah. Oh, that's the worst thing ever. Sometimes I make up things to help me understand things. It's like, you mean you make up your own logic? Yep, I make up my own logic.
No, I make up my own, like, I understand a thing by putting it into terms I can understand.
Okay, that's well, that's processing. That's different.
Well, that's processing. Like right now, I'm thinking back to the NASA story and going, "That's just space shit."
There you go.
It's explained to me. That is, of course, just space shit, explained by a NASA person.
Okay, okay, that makes sense now. Because I thought you were just making up your own logic to kind of go, and that's the truth.
Well, look, let's face it. There's always an element of that going on.
So a woman who started growing facial hair as a teen says her beard is her defining feature despite receiving negative comments from strangers. Clyde Warren, 27, was 15 when she started to develop excess hair on her face and knew right away she didn't want to remove it. Her name's Clyde.
Yeah. Look, I can partially identify with this, because when I hit puberty, first of all, I've always been a big guy and big kid, like with my weight and stuff. So with that, and I had a slight hormone imbalance when I was a teenager, to the point where for a period I actually developed breasts.
What? Sorry,
right. Now I don't mean like meatloaf bitch tits in Fight Club, but there was more there than there should have been, and the doctors were like, it'll calm down, it'll do whatever, it'll and it did, it balanced out. But for a while there, I mean, I remember being in class and I lactated. No
way.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
I did, 100%. No, I didn't I wasn't gushing out of me.
See, I can't believe you. This is what we're doing now.
And then when I brought what?
I can't believe you.
No, no. I'm reaping what I sow. No, I did. I think it was wet. Nobody noticed apart from me, but I was able to notice it. And then when I came up with the doctor later on with the whole hormone and weight thing, they were like, makes sense. Now, it passed after a couple of months, it never happened again. But it did happen. Now, I don't imagine that happened, because that was 30 years ago. I don't imagine that happened to this girl 30 years ago, that she would have been as confident to come out, just the way society looks at things.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or society used to look at things. I definitely didn't tell anybody that my nipples were leaking. Do you know what I mean? It's not something I would have been brave enough to do. But I think this is she a woman now, or is she 15 when it started, or she's 15 now?
She's 27 now. It's 15 when it
27
started. But she immediately went, actually, I'm going to keep this.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? Fair play to her.
Yeah.
Fair play to her is what I'm saying, because, the world has changed and people, you should, and of course she's going to get negative comments.
Yeah.
Because that's just the way the world and the internet works. But, more power to her.
Well, Clyde from Nebraska in the US said, it started in school and I had a thicker mustache than normal. I just decided to embrace it straight away. My mother had something to say about it. She didn't like it at all and told me to get it under control, but I didn't care. I refused to shave it. I just work on my confidence. It's okay to be a little different. Excuse me. A lot of people are self-conscious, but you've got to learn to be comfortable in your own skin, which can be really hard. The universe wants it to be this way, so I'm going to trust it. The freelance writer says it's easy to look after her beard, washing it once a day and giving it the occasional trim, but admits that it doesn't have an impact on her love life. Clyde said, I get a lot of stares at and people on Tinder will go out of their way to message me and tell me I'm disgusting and gross. It doesn't bother me at the time, but I'm quite confident nobody likes getting comments like that. Some people I date embrace it too much and just see it as my defining feature, but my last boyfriend was really supportive and loved my beard in a healthy way. According to the NHS, it is most commonly caused by polycystic ovary syndrome, but in other cases like Clyde's, the cause is not known. It's usually diagnosed after a blood test from GP to check hormone levels, as well as excess hair on the face. Hirsutism can cause thick, dark hair to grow on a woman's chest, neck, stomach, back, buttocks or thighs. It is not harmful, and those who have the condition can choose to remove the hair if they fancy, or follow Clyde's lead and embrace it.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand how something like that would be, worrying and distressing and probably, psychologically damaging to people. But, I welcome the fact that she'd embrace it, because, like that, you have no control over it.
Yeah.
But yeah, fair play to her.
Although it does make me think, like, I always thought the bearded woman from, like, the circus shows, I thought, well, what's that about? But here it is, it's a natural thing that can happen, and people who embrace it kind of go, I'm going to make a mint off this. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, it was like, when I was on the Travelling Sideshow,
holy Jesus.
It was like, come see the fat kid with the leaky nips.
The lactating man.
Yeah. Confusing time, puberty.
Especially traveling the world in the circus.
I know, yeah. Trying to balance work life and school life and groupies. Mad.
Jesus. What the fuck, man?
You don't... Okay, what part of that do you not believe?
What?
What part of what I've just told you do you not believe?
The circus.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Look at Eddie Fawcett. Used to be a good friend of mine.
Right.
From Fawcett Circus.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me how to juggle. That's a true story.
Taught you to juggle?
Yeah.
Do you still remember how to do
it? Kind of. Haven't done it in ages, but he taught me how to juggle.
Cool. Next Patreon, grab some oranges or fruit, whatever.
Okay.
Lovely.
Well, yeah, like, it's not a big thing. Loads of people can juggle.
I want to see you
just
juggle.
You just don't believe that I can juggle.
I kind of believe you can, because working in a bar, working in a kitchen, I'm guessing, you kind of picked it up, but I still want to see it.
All right. Would you like me to? Just want me to juggle oranges or
whatever's handy?
Chainsaws.
No. Let's not go there. We don't know your luck.
Flaming tigers.
Buses.
Lactating nips.
No, just the oranges.
All right. Okay, Grant. Do you know what I can do? I can wear a pair of nipple tassels, and I can get the tassels to jiggle in different directions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to see that?
Just the oranges.
All right.
Everyone on Patreon is going, yeah!
No, that'll be at least a €15 tier, at least.
Man, that would just be Patreon. What are you doing Patreon? Doing Spider-Man? Nope. Doing top 5? Nope. Just watch this for 10 seconds. I'll just put like...
I'll just set up an OnlyFans. Fuck it.
Juggling oranges and swinging tassels.
Looking into the camera and saying, Daddy.
Fucking Jesus. Oh, can't wait to listen to your Fiona's next show.
Yeah. Alright, go on. Let's do it, Leslie.
Good news.
Good news.
Your backyard should be an oasis, not a challenge. And Steel has the tools to make it happen. From mowers and blowers to trimmers and more, the AK Homeowner series of battery tools starting at $199.99 has what you need to tackle a range of projects with the performance of battery power. Made by Steel. Real Steel. Find yours at steeldealers.com. All prices NES SRP, includes battery and charger. Your backyard should be an oasis, not a challenge. And Steel has the tools to make it happen. From mowers and blowers to trimmers and more, the AK Homeowner series of battery tools starting at $199.99 has what you need to tackle a range of projects with the performance of battery power. Made by Steel. Real Steel. Find yours at steeldealers.com. All prices NES SRP, includes battery and charger.
This is the part of the show where we talk about happy and chirpier stuff. There won't be stories about a pervert running around in a buff. So here's just a few things that we won't talk about in this segment. War and hunger, and the language won't be vulgar. Politics and naked chicks and men doing stuff with their dicks. So sit back, relax and kick off your shoes, and for once let's just have some good news.
Hey, good news. So, I'm not a full-time brain surgeon, as we know.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
More of an enthusiast. You know.
Yeah. A supporter, if you will, of brain surgery.
Well, I get brain surgeon bi-monthly delivered to the house.
Yeah.
I have a white coat. And I say concur a lot.
Yeah, that's all you need, really. Yeah.
That's pretty much all you need. That and, Porsche.
Yeah.
Haven't got one of them. I have an Audi instead.
That'll do. Yeah.
Not too flash. Not too flash.
Well,
flash. Like, it's top of the range. It's not entry level.
Yeah.
It's top of the range.
Well, it says more about your character that you don't want to be just like rub it in people's faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
All that said, right, I still don't fully understand this story.
Okay.
Well, I do understand and think that the headline is cause for good news.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because full-time science people
Yes.
with Porsches and lab coats have discovered a landmark brain cancer vaccine.
Fucking hell.
Which has passed its first phase of human trials. Know about that?
That is pretty fucking amazing.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't fully understand it myself, but the way I've looked into it, right? So basically, the brain is the part of the body that does bits and pieces in your body, right?
Yeah. Bits and pieces. That's what they say. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't interrupt me.
Sorry.
Because you'll confuse the listeners. What happens is, right, sometimes this brain gets cancer and stops working properly.
Yes.
Right? What this vaccine is going to do is prevent that from happening.
Wow.
So people won't get wonky brains anymore.
Well, thanks for explaining that to me, because I wasn't sure what was going on there.
Yeah.
I was back in your anus, stiff and gas.
I know. So it's a specific kind of brain cancer, but it's one that commonly causes large, kind of, out of control tumors.
All right. Well, it's a good one to get.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get rid of that one.
Yeah, it has a 70% success rate so far.
That's fantastic.
Which I think, considering there was a 0% success rate before, 70% is really good.
Yeah. I say it's a good markup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, there's loads of terms in here that I won't bore you with, like neo-epitope. You know, you don't need to know what that means. I know what it means. You don't need to know what it means.
I don't need to know.
You know, it'll just confuse you if I try to explain it to you.
Yeah.
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 So let's just agree that I know more than you and most people, but not as much as them.
I'll go with that.
Right, fair enough. Okay. What's your good news?
Miriam Margolyes, 79. You know her?
No.
Actress. What would you know her from?
Was she in any of the Fast and Furious movies?
I don't think so.
Was she in Weekend at Bernie's?
No.
Was she in The Big Lebowski?
No.
I probably won't know her then.
Fucking hell. I love when you stop there. Yeah, well then I'm done. She'd be a big stage actress. She's in Harry Potter. She's in I think the first or second series of Blackadder.
Okay.
God, if you saw a picture of her, I'm sure you'd probably know her from something.
Okay, fair
But
enough.
she reveals she's created multiple sex tapes.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
what's her name? I'll look her up. Spell her name. Yeah.
Miriam, Miriam,
Yeah.
Margolyes, M.
Oh, there you go. First search result. Let's go straight to images and. Oh dear God, no! Why would she do that?
Joe, I knew as soon as you go, what? Sex tapes? But we'll read on. So legendary British.
Yeah.
Do you know her though? Do you recognize the face?
Do you know what? I recognise her from being on Graham Norton.
There you go.
But is that a career highlight? Maybe it is. I don't know.
No, she's better than that.
I definitely don't know her to from moves or anything. Definitely don't.
Okay. Well, she explained rather saucy detail about her past. Never one to shy away from the naughty remarks or candid revelations. The Harry Potter actor said she made multiple sex tapes in her time. Speaking from her Italian video, Miss Margolyes clarified to Philip Schofield and Holly Willoughby that the sex tapes are audio recordings rather than video ones. Well, I did a couple of sex tapes. Sexy Sonia leaves from her schoolgirl diary. That was one of them, she told the morning presenters, who were all struggling to hold back laughter. But I have to stress they were audio tapes. They were not visual. And they're very exhausting because when you're simulating orgasm, as all of you out there will know, it's tiring and you get a headache.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
Are you doing an impression of her?
Not really, but she talks posh.
Okay. Because I might check it out, but if it's going to sound like you, I might not, no offence.
I'd check it out because she's funny. Like, you've seen her on Graham Norton. I mean, she gave a soldier a hand job because he was wanking in a tree.
Sounds like my kind of lady.
I just think, so funny. It's not a question of having a headache at the beginning. You get a headache at the end, she explained. The tapes were for a high street sexy lingerie and sex toy retailer Ann Summers, and went on to say simulating orgasms were kind of difficult to do when you're not in the mood. The actor has been known to dish out some very X-rated comments, much to the shock and surprise of the interviewers and audience. Margolyes brought up the tapes after Philip asked if she got the role as the voice of the Cadbury's Caramel Bunny.
Oh, is she the voice of the Cadbury's Caramel Bunny?
Yes, off the back of some of adult voice work. So there you are. I knew you'd like that.
I instantly take back what I said when I saw her pictures, because I've definitely dropped a load or two to the Cadbury's Caramel Bunny.
It's really like, just do the voice and don't let me look at you. It's like, lights on or lights off? Lights off. But do the voice.
Yeah. Lights off and a blindfold, please. But continue with the... It still wouldn't be dark enough.
Schofield said, didn't you possibly get that job out of a couple of other tapes that you might have that were slightly less family orientated? Miriam quipped back with, I thought I was supposed to be very careful this morning on this show. Your chap told me. Now, don't say anything nasty. The TV host agreed that she should stick to making all her comments and replies PG, but he added, don't say anything nasty, but you're always naughty, and we love that. Mira appears to be loving life in Italy, however, it results in her having to take a break from Call the Midwife due to coronavirus travel restrictions. So, yeah.
Fantastic. That's
audio sex tapes.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I remember hearing a story years ago about famous Hollywood actors and actresses primarily, who kind of like were kind of like really like kind of like peak, like worldwide famous.
Yeah.
And then they started to kind of drop off in fame, maybe not work as much because maybe they got their Oscar or they got, the big role and they could demand money and, the diversified business, and they didn't need to act all the time, but they were still like mega rich.
Yes.
Right. And had the profile. So, like, the way sometimes like bands, like big groups of bands with like private corporate gigs, they'll just charge like a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Right. I remember hearing that Robbie Williams once did like a gig for somebody's 21st and just said, yeah, that'll be $5 million. And the man was like, grand, here's $5 million. So he went and he did like a full on Robbie Williams gig to like 50 people.
Holy crap.
Right. But then I remember hearing that American actresses in particular are paid by like huge Saudi oil princes type people to just come over and be like used as an escort for like a week. And it's all done hush hush, it's all done under the table. It's like, here's a blank check. How much do you want? I'll have that much. Don't ever secrecy in the but yeah, so it's like all these people like too much money just offering like their favorite Hollywood actress. Like imagine being able to say, Jennifer Lawrence, how much do you want?
I think we talked about this before. Did
we talk about this before?
Years ago.
Yeah.
But I think if it's that hush, I suppose someone's always going to talk, and someone's always going to say.
Someone's always going to talk.
Like if there's a chef or some kind of waiter on the boat, they're going to go.
Like, oh yeah.
Had Scotty
because Harvey Weinstein was always a whisper under the table, wasn't it? It was always like we all know what's going on.
Yeah.
It was always a rumor. It was never proven. That's why I'm waiting for this story to be like, proven true. And we can find out like, who, male or female, whatever, who, was purchased by like a mega rich person to just like, it's like that scene in Django Unchained when Leonardo DiCaprio has the two slaves beating each other on the floor just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
You tell me an Audi Saudi oil prince.
Yeah.
Like isn't going to do that with like other rich people. Just go, I'm much more rich and powerful than you. So yeah, I'm going to get Kate Beckinsale and Jennifer Lawrence, and you can just les it up in a paddling pool full of marmite.
Probably full of money.
Full of money and marmite.
Yeah, whatever sticks to you when you stand up is yours.
Oh, fantastic! Oh wow, that's brilliant and dark in equal measure. Like that just rolled off your tongue. You had that ready to go.
They're all spitting on each other just so the money sticks to them. Yeah, class.
Oh, brilliant.
Fucking hell.
Where can people find us, Adam?
The best place to find us is at www.thenewsburp.com for all links to our shows and bits and bobs. Go to the very bottom of the opening screen. You'll find links to TeePublic, where you can find our cartoon faces slapped across t-shirts and tote bags and badges and all the bits and bobs. You find a link to PayPal, so if you don't want to go into Patreon, you can just throw us a bit of monies and that'll keep us afloat. But if you want to give regular monies, go on to Patreon, www.patreon.com/newsburp. And for different tiers of money, we'll give you different things. So you can get videos of the show, videos of Patreon. You get videos of show, videos of Patreon bit. You can get the Patreon bit, which is the top 5 and the Florida Mans. You get ad-free version of the show, and you get shout-outs. And shout-outs go out to
Kevin Fagan, Aaron Eldridge, Fiona Cleary, Nathan Peterson, Paul Blunson, Sharon Ryan, Alexander Henry, and Sarah Beck. I also want to say that the ad-free full show goes up a day before everybody else. So look, before it goes in the main feed, it goes up to Patreon the day before.
Ooh.
So I'm going to put this on Patreon like when we're finished here, and then the day after it will go to the main feed. So if you want it before everybody else and ad free, it's like the lowest tier. It's like £2. It's like $2, €2, £2, whatever it is in your particular area. It's 2 of them.
It's 2 of your monies.
Actually, it's €2, which means it's less than £2.
Holy crap!
You know, so it's like it's €2 towards whatever the equivalent is in your area. That's what it is. You get the ad-free version. You get it before everybody else. So there you go.
What's not to like, people? What is not to like?
It's not to like. Also, if you've missed last episodes or if you're not caught up yet, for episode 255, we'd like to do like a listener's like mailbag, like get in touch, send us in your comments. If you know, let us know how long you've been listening for. Get in touch. You want to do like a kind of like a mailbag thing. So if you have any questions you want to ask us about doing the show or whatever, get in touch. It's shout@thenewsburb.com is the email address, and get in touch. Let us know.
Excellent.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Streaming only on Peacock.
John Wayne Gacy killed 32.
Straight from the killer's mouth.
They want you to believe that I alone committed these murders.
The new gripping 6-part documentary series, John Wayne Gacy, Devil in Disguise. All episodes streaming now, only on Peacock. Streaming only on Peacock.
John Wayne Gacy killed 32.
Straight from the killer's mouth.
They want you to believe that I alone committed these murders.
The new gripping 6-part documentary series, John Wayne Gacy, Devil in Disguise. All episodes streaming now, only on Peacock.